Well, hello everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a figure review. And what figure will I be reviewing, you might ask? Even though you've absolutely know because you read the title. But I'll be reviewing Legacy Velocitron Deluxe Class Cosmos. Now, unless you guys have been living under a rock, you would know that this figure is actually incredibly rare at this point. Because I guess upon the release of the Velocitron line, there was only like one Cosmos per shipping or whatever. You might be wondering, well, if he's incredibly rare, how did you get it? Because I have really bad luck with exclusives. I actually got this guy from my buddy, It's Nerd Stuff on Instagram, so go check him out. But yeah, so Deluxe Class Cosmos looks like the character, obviously, right? Like why would it not look like Cosmos? Pretty good paint, pretty good sculpting. He's got a bit of a backpack, which honestly is to be expected with any Transformers figure at this point. Basically every figure at this point has a backpack except for like the rare exception like Perceptor, Impactor, Velocitron. But yeah, he's pretty solid. Taking a look at the head sculpt, it looks like Cosmos. It's actually a pretty good interpretation of the character. It's got the cool red helmet, the nice yellow face, and the blue eyes. Funny story, I had to paint the eyes on my copy actually because upon opening the box and transforming him, I noticed that mine had the slight QC issue of unpainted eyes. But I was able to do it because just little screw in the back of the head, unscrewed it, painted the eyes, like put the head back together, blah blah. But yeah, pretty good head sculpt. Now looking at the rest of the sculpt, pretty good. You know Hasbro, they love to go all out on like the little itty bitty little details, even if, well, there's nothing in there, but I was gonna say even if it's in a spot that you normally would not see in robot or vehicle mode. Just like some little vents, some little, just like robo details. He's got little hip skirts, so you know. Backpack, not really anything special. He's got little like exhaust pipes or whatever you'd call those on a spaceship. He also has those on his hands, so you could kind of mimic like little wrist cannons or whatever. But yeah, he's got some little lines around the head. Pretty cool. Pretty solid sculpt. Now, talking about the paint on this guy. The paint, aside from my little issue with the eyes, the paint's actually pretty good. He's got some nice shiny red paint for the helmet, some nice yellow on the arms, some nice silver for the feet. He's got like enough little dark green spots of the paint to kind of break up the normal shade of green that he has. He even has it around his head, so that's pretty cool. Nice blue on the torso with some silver, and of course the Autobot symbol, because if he didn't have the Autobot symbol, he wouldn't be an Autobot. No shit. But yeah, pretty good paint. Okay, now in terms of accessories, he has this little green gun that you can slap into his hand, and he can shoot. He can shoot guys. He can do some blasting at some Decepticons. You know, what the usual Autobot does with a gun. He does also come with this like white flag that's meant to mimic like the checkerboard race flag, I guess. I fucking lost that shit, so you know, fucking screw me, I guess. But yeah, that's basically the only accessory he has aside from the little flag. Let's do articulation. Now, in terms of articulation, he has a ball joint at the head, so he can look left, he can look right, he can look up, slightly look down. You got a little bit of a wiggle. Just basically like any head movements you could want to get out of a usual deluxe. Moving down, shoulders can rotate up about that far, unless that happens. Can rotate back that far. You can kind of force it back around, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. Arm can move out on a little hinge. Elbows bend, a good solid 90 degrees. Elbow swivel. He does have wrist movement, but that's merely just for the transformation. So down here he has a waist swivel, pretty solid. You can do a full 360. Hip skirts can move out, so you can have the leg kick out that far. It can also go forward and back that far. Pretty good backwards kick. Thigh swivel, so you can rotate at the thighs for all the leg posing. 90 degrees at the knee, and then of course, what Transformers figure would be complete without an ankle pivot, even if it's just very slight. So very typical articulation for a $20 deluxe class. Mine does have a bit of a loose shoulder, but that's purely just my copy. I hear quite a few copies have a loose shoulder, so if yours doesn't, lucky you, I guess. Alright, now let's do some size comparisons. So I thought, hey, since he's part of the Velocitron line, let's show him off next to the other Velocitron figures I have. So here he is next to Voyager Override. Pretty solid scale. Here he is with Deluxe Burnout. And finally, here he is with Voyager Hauler. Okay, so now we've looked at everything in robot mode, so let's go through the transformation, I guess. So, start off on transformation, you want to rotate the head panel, so it looks like that. You want to come in here, unclip the shoulders, and fold the backpack down like that, so it's all out of the way. Moving down to the feet, you want to open these little flaps and fold the foot down like that. Same on both sides, obviously. Why wouldn't it? And then you want to peg them together so that it's all nice and connected. And then with the waist, you want to split it apart like this, fold it back, and then fold the legs forward so they're resting like this, and then fold down these little panels here, little hip skirts. And then what you want to do is fold out this little flap, rotate. I did stuff out of order. Okay, so before you move the waist piece, you want to rotate this around so that, it can actually fully go in, and then, obviously do the same stuff. Once it's all rotated into place, you can just slide that in there. With the arms, you want to just fold the wrist in and then plug it into place there. Make sure it's all lined up. And there you have Cosmos in his little UFO mode. So, what special features does this vehicle mode have? Nothing. Like, genuinely, it's nothing really special. There's no wheels on the bottom, so you can't, slide him around. He does have a stand port on the back, so if you have a figure stand, you can just plug that into there. And you could use that to get him, flying around on a display or something. He does have a 5mm port, so you can take his little gun and plug it into the side. So now he has a gun hanging off the side, I guess. But I don't know. Well, that's about all I have to say about Legacy Cosmos. Overall, quality of the figure, I'd give it about 8, 9 out of 10. Pretty solid deluxe, especially for 20 bucks. In terms of looks like the character, like in terms of accuracy, I'd say 10 out of 10. It looks just like Cosmos. What else would you want? Anyway, that's about it for this review. I'm thinking of making reviews a little more frequent on here. I'm thinking maybe the next one could be Studio Series Bumblebee movie RC. So that could be cool. So if you guys are interested in more video reviews like this, let me know in the comments. Shout out to one of my buddies, Ted Spaghetti. As far as I know, he's also uploaded a Cosmos review. So yeah, go check that out. That's basically about all I have to say. So see ya.